Hey everyone, once again a gigantic StarCraft 2 tournament is on its way to your Twitch and YouTube this time around. It's going to be Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2023 for StarCraft. This is our global championship. It's what's going to put the crown on the best player for the 22-23 season, because we go from about May to February, and get lots of money and all the prizes and prestige and all that good stuff that happens when you win esports tournaments. I'm here to tell you the basics of this tournament, the what, who, what, when, where, and why, and even fit a how in there, so you know everything you need to know about watching IEM Katowice. So first of all, the who. I'm going to show you the talents. There it is. Talent is an industry term, just meaning the people that are, doing the broadcasting. We don't actually have egos. You can see here one of the biggest announcements, biggest reveals for Katowice 2023 is that Tastosis is back in action, which I think all just makes sense. They are the Korean commentators, and they should be represented in the global final. So it's excellent that things got to work out between them. Unfortunately, that means that some people you would love to see did not actually get to go. Some of them will be doing the BRC stream, but this will be the people that you'll see at Katowice. We are actually going to be on location. So some confusion about the last tournament, forget about that. We are going to be on location in Katowice, Poland. Smix will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as she was last year. And for Wednesday and Thursday, we won't have a crowd, we won't have a stage. It'll just be the casters interviewing the players and Maddox doing the translating once again. We do also have a B and C stream, as you can see by these lovely people, Beowulf and Steadfast doing B, Katz and Kellizer doing C, or vice versa, whatever it is. What players will you see there? Well, all the players that made it to Katowice. We'll get into how they did in just a second. But you can see here, if you go to Wikipedia, you can see them in the list over here. These are the people who made it to the round of 36. Then if you go to the main event, you can see the rest of the people that also made it into specifically the group stage, the main event of Katowice. So some of your favorites like Maru, Hero, Clem, everyone in the top there, as well as some of the fan favorites who are going to have a bit of a tougher road, but still have a chance, such as Laser Zound, Scarlets, Ryung, Cham, anyone there, right? Now, how did the players get there? So this is a round of 36 tournaments where people had to collect a bunch of EPT points to actually be allowed to attend. This isn't just strictly who had the number 1 through number 36 EPT points collection, a global standing. We did divvy things up for different regions, so it's truly a global event. So you can see here that, for instance, this is Europe. We had Clem, Rainer, Cyril, and Here Marine get directly into that group stage, whereas Showtime and Lambo also got into the group stage, actually, due to some global standing stuff as well. But anyways, and then a Laser was actually seeded into the round of 36. So it is a little complicated, to be honest, because there can be stuff that happens as far as some people don't accept, some people can't go, visa issues, something like that. But basically, these are the people that you will see, and then their actual standings as far as like being cut off here. So these people, these people, these people, these people, these people. As far as where they go, that's where you get maybe a little more complicated. And we do have a couple of unfortunately, people who couldn't make it. So Mia Micah, for instance, couldn't make it. He will be replaced by T-Bull. But this is how it was decided. So you also have the Korean standings. That was basically everything but Korea over on the other page. This is Korea, and you can see the same thing kind of happens here. You might notice a couple of non-Koreans having points because they did participate in GSL. They had 2 systems basically going for them, which also can get quite complicated, but we don't have to go into. It's actually not that bad. But just know that if you want to know exactly who is going, this is way too confusing. If you want to know who is going, go to the Wikipedia page, look at the player list. If you want to figure out exactly where they came from, then you do have to go here and kind of figure things out. But this means that 36 players will be there, and we already have a bracket set up as well as the group set up with TBD, which I'll explain in just a second. So now the what? It's a round of 36 tournaments. It's got a bracket for the lowest scoring players that are still allowed to go. And then it has a group stage tournaments for the players who were able to get directly seeded into there. So these are the big shots, basically. Let's look at that bracket first. So the round of 36 bracket, we have a double elimination bracket. 2 people from the upper bracket qualify, 2 people from the lower bracket qualify. So that's 4 total additional players being seeded into the what we call main event, which is the group stage. You can see here that every single group has been already played out as far as who goes where, except for TBD. So if Zaun were to win in that bracket that I just showed, then he might get put in Group A, B, C, or D. It'll be randomized when it is actually official. Then these players will know their actual total groups. They have been told about their groups a couple of weeks ago, so they've been able to prepare to some extent, but the TBD is a bit of a wild card. So that might make people happy. It might make people very upset. As the groups play out, we determine who makes it first and then who makes it second and third, and those are the important distinctions. Bottom three are just out of the tournament. First in their group, so if this was accurate to what happened, Hero would go into the quarterfinal immediately, whereas Serral and Solar would go into the round of 12, so they have a bit of a longer road. So getting first is quite important. Getting second and third is obviously still important to continue on in the tournament, but you're less cool, basically. And then as far as the difference of second to third, that has a little bit more to do with the seeding. So maybe you face this guy instead of this guy, depending on where you're seated, kind of situation. But yeah, most importantly, first goes round of 8, second and third go round of 12. Everyone else, they're out of Katowice. And then it's just a regular single elimination tournament, all best of 5s leading into a finals, which is best of 7. So when is this all happening? It actually starts February 8th, so just a few days probably from the release of this video. That's a Wednesday. It then goes all the way to Sunday, which is Championship Sunday. Now, Wednesday and Thursday will not have a crowd, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will. So if you go to the actual official website, you can see they only list the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday schedule. I'm here to tell you that Wednesday and Thursday will start at the same time too, which is that it starts at noon CET. We're in Europe, that makes sense. So 6 in the morning Eastern, 3 in the morning Western, so something like that. And then as far as the actual when is what played out, you're going to have to look into the public information on the Twitter. But you can see, again, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's all even listed out what is when. One of the biggest differences of this year, far bigger than the way the groups play out, is the Sunday difference. So I'll get this kind of do a where as well. This is happening in Katowice, Poland. It's happening in the Spodek Arena. It's not actually like in the arena. I shouldn't even say that. It's not in the arena. It's not where you usually would see it, where there's just this like whole stadium going on, right? This is like a convention hall that we're going to be in. So you can see here, MCK is the name of the big building, and then IEM Expo is what's the portion in there. We're going to be in the Expo hall, so it's going to look a lot more like you would expect from a DreamHack, MLG, old-fashioned IEMs, what have you. And that's actually a good thing, but I'll get that more information on that when it comes to perhaps the where. It's going to start crossing over each other. Point is, for the when, do want to point out that we do have a noon start time, again, all these days, but then it's going to go all the way up until 10 p.m. at least in that European time, which means that we have a much better schedule for general viewing populations, basically, right? So North America basically would always get screwed over for watching Katowice. If you got up at a kind of a normal weekend time, you could have missed the finals. Absolutely. Now you can actually plan a bit more in advance. And there's going to be more of a build-up as well, because it's going to be the round of 8 all the way to the finals, as opposed to the previous years, which were only the semi and the finals. The reason it happened that way is because we had to fit everything in before CSGO. CSGO is just cooler than us. What can I say? Now we have freedom. We can do whatever we want. So they've actually scheduled it like this, which I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. So where is this happening? It's called IEM Katowice. Where the hell is Katowice? It's in Poland. Katowice, Poland, nice enough city. Krakow is just an hour away, so if you ever want to visit and come here and are like, well, I also want to actually see Poland, easy enough to do that. Katowice is okay. But the real big thing is that it has this arena. So that's why it always happens here. So International Congress Center, or MCK, that's where it's happening, guys. We're going to be in the Expo Hall, not the big arena that we usually would have it in. This allows for more flexibility on that time schedule, which is huge. Last year we had 0 flexibility, so players in some cases went to bed at like 2 in the morning alongside us talent and all the staff, and then we all had to get up around 7 or 8 to get ready and hopefully done by CSGO. So it's going to allow us a lot of flexibility there, as well as just generally how the show runs, because we don't need to transition different places like we did last year or worry about someone else's setup. So that's really good too. And let's be real, it's going to make a smaller amount of people feel a lot bigger. Just to be clear, tickets have sold out plenty of times for StarCraft 2 in particular, but if you pack 1,000 people into a stadium that makes room for 10,000, it's not going to feel that way. You pack 1,000 people into a room that fits 800, it's going to feel amazing. The energy is going to be there. It's going to be great, and the fire marshals are going to be called and we're going to get in trouble, and it'll be big news, right? The point is, everything about this is a great idea. As soon as they kind of threw out that idea last year while we were there, every one of us said that actually sounds like a great idea. So I know some people were bummed to hear that we're not in the big arena, but it's actually a lot better for us in a lot of different ways to go into the expo hall. And I know for a lot of you, you aren't going to be going to the city of Katowice anyways. You just want to know where to watch it. It's going to be on Twitch and YouTube. So Twitch is easy enough. It's twitch.tv/ESL_SC2 alongside the B and C streams. Just add those letters to the end. However, YouTube is a huge link that I cannot actually say, so just trust me, it's this link right here. If you go to the ESL Twitter, or if you just look at the video or go down below and click on the link. Because I know a lot of people are very excited that YouTube is finally going to have StarCraft 2. It's got that nice rewind feature, pause and unpause. Quality sometimes is better. I mean, but Twitch chat has spamming emotes and trolling in Twitch chat. So, you know, tough decision, but the point is you guys get to decide. And finally, why is this happening? It's to crown a global world champion for the 22-23 StarCraft 2 season. Who is the absolute best player? Supposed to be figured out right here, right now, and then debated on for years and years and years. So the point is, they're going to be the world champion of this year. Could be something similar to last year, where the big upset was that 3 non-Koreans made it to the round of 4, and of course then a non-Korean won it. Could be the return of the Korean players, and they just stomp everyone and they win it. It could be race discussions, Protoss, Terran, Zerg, now all in flux thanks to a recent patch that has happened, and new maps. It is going to be played on new patch, new maps, guys, if there's any confusion about that. And we get to decide who gets all the praise and all the money and all the good stuff that comes with being the global champion. It's all going to be figured out here at IEM Katowice. I hope this covered everything that you have questions about. If I did not cover something, please let me know down in the comments and I will absolutely respond to you. I'll try to provide all the useful links down below in the information as well. And then that's kind of it. Generally, I hope you guys have a good time watching Katowice. I hope I see you in either Twitch or the YouTube chat, and you guys are nice and good, and that you have a lot of fun watching what is hopefully one of the best tournaments of the year. 21 and 22, Katowice had some of the most amazing games of the entire year, of the entire decade of StarCraft 2. So if 2023 can even live up to that by a little bit, that would be amazing, and I think it will. I think the new maps, the new patch will jostle some things up and we'll see some new stuff. So get excited, get hyped. Please follow the channel, all the good stuff, but just most importantly, watch Katowice, and I'll be back later with more videos to do with this amazing tournament. So I'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.